Yo, what is it, my dudes? Right before I get back to watching more Mario Kart Black, I wanted to do another one of my fanfics that I had made, and, this one is called, what was it? Tskune Sees the Darkness. Now, this one is heavily inspired by an idea that I had come up with myself, which I will get into later. So the fanfic starts off with Kurumi from Rosario plus Vampire. Actually, it was either brushing her hair or combing. I don't really remember which. When suddenly she yells out and just up and disappears. So, they didn't really, no one knew what happened. Tskune, and Missouri, and Mocha, and Kokoa all go to school, wondering where she is. Skip late to that night, Missouri was out in the woods when she had this weird feeling come over her, and she then disappeared. Yeah, it's basically going to be this for at least 3 of the characters. I will say that right now. They, again, they were wondering where Kurumi and Missouri were. Skip back to that again, another night, was Kokoa and Inner Mocha were actually fighting, and as Kokoa was about to land a hit on Inner Mocha, she also yelled out and suddenly disappeared. And this is where my concept actually comes in, because Tskune suddenly actually collapses on his way to, like, the school or something, and actually falls unconscious. He actually wakes up in his spiritual body and notices it is just complete blackness inside this building. And not having anything else to actually do, he actually started to move forward inside of this building. It wasn't long before Tskune started to hear screams and actually, cries. When he actually went into the light, he was transported into a place that because of me having to edit the actual word, I will not say the actual word. So I will be shortening it to the Aring realm. You can pretty guess what that actually means if you are a woman. This realm is basically based off the Shadow Realm from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hell itself, basically, because once you go there, yeah, you will know within, shortly, actually. So Tskune enters the Aring realm and notices that there are people, it's only females, mind you, being A'd. Again, I will not say the actual word due to YouTube not really liking that word and having a lot of my friends' stories be taken down because of that. So I can't really say what the word is. I would if I could. So suddenly Mocha actually finds Tskune on the ground. Actually, his actual physical body was actually still there, but he's actually wrestling inside with what he's actually seeing, because in his spiritual body, he actually suddenly sees get this. Kurumi, Mizore, and Kokowa, and all three of them were actually being A'd for all of eternity. Get this. For all of eternity, they were stuck in this place, and they could not get out at this point. Upon seeing Tskune, about to enter about to enter this realm, Kurumi actually, Kurumi and Mizore and Kokowa all actually see Tskune about to enter this realm, and they start to warn him, Tskune, don't come to this place. If you come here, there's no escape. There's no way out at this point. That is basically what they said, and upon seeing this horror, Tskune is just shocked. He's horrified, he's shocked. He doesn't know what to actually say. And he had been through some messed up things in the past from the actual anime and stuff. But this was so horrifying that he was actually really afraid. A long story short, he actually, upon seeing his friends actually warning him there, warning him there, warning him not to come there, is there was no way out. He eventually got back into his actual physical body, and he was just fear-ridden at this point. He couldn't get the place out of his mind, and he didn't even know where he was. He didn't know what that place was. He didn't know anything about that freakish realm. And long story short, Tskune actually has to move on with his life. And he never actually forgot about his friends who had actually lost their souls to the Aring realm for all of eternity. At least that is chapter 1 of my fanfic. There is a chapter 2, but I will not be going into that today. So if you actually want me to actually tell you guys the sequel to this fanfic, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments about what you thought about the fanfic, and if you want me to actually make an actual sequel, or tell the sequel. But until next time, peace out, guys.